This video is an introduction to MLA Format. By the end of this video, we hope that you have a better understanding of what it is, why we use it, and how you can use it in your academic writing. So let's begin here. What exactly is MLA Format? MLA stands for Modern Language Association. And MLA Format is a professional style guide developed by this organization to dictate format, that's the look of a paper, and citation, that's the way that a paper might use sources. Let's begin this conversation by talking about citation. Where is citation used in the real world? For citation in general, we see it everywhere, like newspaper articles and reports, or maybe even court cases and laws. Citation appears in the real world when someone simply tells us where they learned their information.
Health officials say if it infects the bloodstream, it can be deadly up to half the time.
Alex Todorov at Princeton has shown us that judgments of political candidates' faces.
After Rubio became Speaker of the Florida House in 2006, he compiled a list of 100 innovative ideas for Florida's future.
MLA Format is simply going to be a more formal method of citation used in English, literature, and humanities. Let's talk now about why students are asked to use MLA Format. When your teacher requires MLA Format, they're asking for a couple of things. First of all, they're asking for a standard style, meaning the look of your paper. The reason your teacher asks for a standard style is so they can find the important information in your essay, the author's name, the course name, the date you've turned it in, things like that. The other reason your teacher mandates a style is so they're not distracted from the content of your essay. If every essay looks basically the same, your teacher is freer to focus on the points that you're making rather than the fonts that you're using. Let's start by talking about style. In MLA Format, style refers to these four elements of your paper. First of all, the paper will have 1-inch margins on all sides. Secondly, it's going to use Times New Roman font, or whatever your instructor requests. Thirdly, it's going to be in 12-point font, unless of course your instructor asks for something else. Lastly, your paper will be double-spaced throughout, including any headers and your works cited page. Begin your paper like this. On the left-hand side, write your double-spaced title block. This includes your name, your instructor's name, the course number, and the date that you're turning the paper in. Next, write your title, centered on the page. Your title won't be any larger or fancier than the rest of the text. It'll simply be Times New Roman, 12-point font. Lastly, add your header to the top right-hand corner. Your header will simply be your last name and the page number. Next up, citation, which is how a writer indicates information they've learned from another source and leads the reader to those sources. In MLA style, there are two important components to citation, the works cited page and the in-text citations. Let's begin with the works cited page. It's notes on the last page of the essay designed to help the reader find the sources that you used in your paper. So how are you supposed to write a works cited page? Here's the most important thing. You need to know what you're looking at. You need to know what information you need to lead the reader to that source. Let's talk about what to look for. First of all, the author, which you'll type with the last name, comma, first name. Then, the title of the page or article, which you'll write in quotation marks. Next, the title of the journal or magazine, which you'll write in italics. If the journal or magazine has a sponsor or publisher, you'll include that as well. Then, the date of publication, post, or update, and you'll format the date with the day, month abbreviated, and year. Lastly, you'll include the medium, which is how you read the article. You'll write either print or web. Let's take a look at a New York Times article. If I want to cite this, here's the information that I need to find. First of all, I need to find the author's name, which is right here. As I'm writing that for my Works Cited page, I'm going to type it with the author's last name, comma, first name, period. Secondly, I want the title of the page or the article, which I can find right here. When I type this, I'm going to type it as I see here, and I'm going to put it within quotation marks with a period at the end. Next, I need the title of the journal or magazine, which I can find at the very top here. This will be in italics. Next, I need the name of a sponsor or publisher of the website or magazine. This one's a little more difficult. A lot of times when you're looking for the sponsor or publisher, you're going to want to go to the very bottom of the page and see who owns the copyright. At the bottom of this page, in tiny, tiny print, I can see that it says the New York Times Company. So I'm going to add this as the title of the sponsor or publisher of the website or magazine. And remember, this one doesn't go in quotation marks. Lastly, I want the date of publication, which I can find way back up at the top again. When I write that date, I'm going to write it with the day first, the month abbreviated, and the year. Lastly, I'm going to include the medium. Remember, medium is usually going to be print or web. For this one, I'm going to write web because I accessed it on the web. Because I found this on the web, I need to follow up with one last thing, the date of access, which is the date that I saw it on the web. Let's talk about in-text citations now. In-text citations are parenthetical notes in the text of your paper that lead the reader to your Works Cited page. You can think of it this way. In-text citations are the signposts that lead to the map, the Works Cited page, which leads eventually to the source that you used. To write an in-text citation, you need to follow one simple rule. Write whatever appears first in the entry on the Works Cited page, plus a page number if your source has page numbers. Let's look at our example from before. To write an in-text citation for this, I would need to use what I see first here, the author's last name. I won't include a page number because websites don't have page numbers. Next, I'll put it within parentheses, pop it at the end of a quote, end it with a period, and that's it. I have an in-text citation. Now, the process that we just talked about is going to be helpful for some types of sources, but not all. As you start to use MLA Format in your classes, here are some guides to which you can refer to help you to create appropriate Works Cited pages and therefore proper in-text citations. First of all, this is a guide that we've created here in the studio. We call it the abbreviated reference because it's just a quick guide that covers most of the types of sources students use, but not all. This is a great place to start, but doesn't contain every answer you'll need as you move forward. You can pick up a copy of our abbreviated reference in the Center or South Campus studio, or you can download a copy right here from our website. For a guide that has a little bit more going on, you could pick up a pocket manual like this one. These are about $20 and definitely worth it because they contain guides not only to MLA, but to APA and Chicago formats, which are other styles that you might use in college. Lastly, we recommend the Purdue OWL website as an excellent online manual where you can find almost everything you'll need to know about MLA Format. You can find a link to this website in the notes below this video. Thank you for watching our video tutorial. Please watch our other videos to learn more about our services. If you'd like to make an appointment with us, visit us at either campus location or contact us via the information listed here.